Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gooner Gathering. Of course, my name is Goonly Meads, Lee Meadows. And today we are doing the live Chatalong. It's the last home game of the season. It is Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Give everyone a bit of a chance to jump in. We are still playing the earlier kickoff. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest has gone into 101 minutes being played right now. As Williams just clears the ball for Forest. It's going to be a Hammer's corner right in the last couple of minutes. When people start jumping in, can you just let me know if you can hear me and can you see me all okay? Please leave a comment just so you can see us. I will go through the team news in just a second as the Hammer's corner just comes in. Header on target, and it's a save from the Forest goalkeeper. Could have been a bit of drama then. Another ball into the penalty area, just a punch away from the Forest goalkeeper. It's going to be crossed. They've conceded a goal very late in the game. But we will slowly get into... Yeah, we'll get into team news as it's the ball has been cleared here. So I think highlights for Arsenal in the team news is that Declan Rice is on the bench. Let me try that again. Declan Rice does start for Arsenal. Martinelli and Trossard are up front. And on the bench is Kai Havertz, returning for the first time in a long time following the hamstring injury. Voodoo Doll Gaming is there. All good is here, and you can hear me. Thank you very much appreciated. I'm on Bluetooth headset because I thought the audio would be better. So thank you for jumping in and saying hello, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you. Right. So let's go through it. 1 to 11, if you like. Raya in goal. White continuing at right back. I believe Timber is still unfit. It's not on the bench. Saliba and Kivior still at centre half. Lewis Skelly at left back. Odegaard, Thomas Partey and Rice. Saka, Trossard. Trossard stated down the middle with Martinelli on the left. But as we saw at Anfield, they did make the switch and Martinelli scored the headed goal from centre forward position. Expect there to be rotation in amongst the front line. Arsenal substitutes bench. We have Neto, goalkeeper, of course. Kieran Tierney, B's last home game. Just checking, there's a VAR thing going on for Forest. Zinchenko and Calafiori are the defenders. A name that might not be familiar with everybody is Jack Henry Francis, who is a 21-year-old Irish midfielder. Jorginho is on the bench. Ethan Nwari is there. Sterling is there. And as I mentioned, Kai Havertz, making his return after his hamstring injury, is there. Now, headline news for Newcastle. Isak's missed the train, everybody. That's an in-joke. But yes, Alexander Isak is not in London. Apparently picked up a minor groin injury, so he has not travelled. So the headline there is Wilson. Callum Wilson makes only his second start for Newcastle in the Premier League. So we'll go through it all. Pope in goal. Cher, Botman and Byrne are the three centre-halves. Murphy and Livramento, the wing-backs. We've got Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali. Harvey Barnes, I'll just correct my writing. Gordon, and as I said, Wilson is going to be the number 9, and we should be about 5 minutes away from the kickoff. The TV coverage still is ongoing at Nottingham Forest. We're still winning 2-1 at West Ham United. This is going on like forever now. 106 minutes are on the clock here. As yes, it's been a long day for VAR checks. Same guy in VAR who decided that Henderson shouldn't get sent off in the cup final. He's here again in action. trying to figure out if the goal stood. What is going on here? Ball just walking forward with the ball. Referee with the ball. What is he doing? Drop ball. Drop ball for Forest to clear, and then he'll blow for the whistle, probably. Absolute madness. That's a win for Forest. So they've done what they needed to do in their quest for European places. So let people know, where you are, who you are in the chat, please. Please share the stream around if you possibly can. And let's have a bit of fun on today's stream. I wonder if there may be a slight delay in the kickoff because Sky aren't going to be able to pay their pundits to do their analysis. Indeed, I can see on the split screen now that the Arsenal boys are just coming out now, wearing their new kit for next season. I see. There's Bukayo Saka in the red hoodie. I know Voodoo Doll Gaming. 11 minutes time added on. That's for the same sort of reasons as yesterday in the cup final. VAR taking centre stage once again. They're going straight to it. They're not going to delay the kickoff. We are straight into it. So make sure if we get in early, if you're hitting the like button for me, let's please the algorithm and all that sort of nonsense. I have a banner down here. We've got the latest score banner down there. Whilst I have a couple of minutes, I have gone through the team news. In the last video that I produced here, I was, at the very end of it, I was talking about potentially raising some money, wasn't I, for trying to find the media asset, actually. If I still got it in here, just bear with me just a second. There it is. The young lady I talked about on the last video, Faith, who was after this piece of equipment here, this wheelchair. She goes to the same school as my daughter, Amy. Just a little bit of an update on that, and it's a really positive update as well. The charity Wipe Those Tears Away got in touch with Andrew, who's the little girl's father. That's Faith there, and he told me that the charity had a change of mind and they've funded the wheelchair completely in full. So I am still going to be in the process of raising money next Sunday away from the Laguna Gathering Camp. So I'm hosting a karaoke event at co-hosting the event, I should say, at the Tulip Pub here in Chelmsford in Springfield. And we are going to be raising money for Great Ormond Street Hospital. So that should be a lot of fun to do. So that's what's going on in that. Voodoo Doll Gaming. I don't think we should wear our new kit until the pre-season. What are your thoughts? Well, this is all to do with marketing, my friend. That's what it's all about. It's all about seeing what the new kit looks like. This is the last home game of the season. I think the kit looks good. It's going to be in the shops amongst the stadium. It'll be in the armory. It'll be amongst the outlets. That's why they're doing it, so they can get people to buy it. Although I'll be a bit careful about people putting numbers and names on the shirts. It's not a new thing, is it? They often show their new shirts before the new season. Got to stress the importance of this, of course. Arsenal in second place, 68 points. Newcastle in third with 66 points. Of course, we're level on games. This is all to do with the Champions League positions and finishing second. Some people might just want the whole season to finish. I'm actually really looking forward to this game because it ought to be a good game of football. So let's see what happens. We are about to kick off. And as soon as the referee can get his audio issues sorted out. Voodoo says, I'm past the age of having names on my shirts. Fair enough. We are underway. at the Emirates Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle starting with the ball. Arsenal win it back very quickly. That is Trossard a little bit deeper, helping out the guys, Saliba and Kiviar around the back. There's Lewis Skelly. And nice to see Declan Rice back after he missed the game at Anfield. Seeing some late goals with the Fulham game. I'll get them confirmed as I'm watching off the phone. I can't recording off the phone. I can't look it up, but there are late goals there. That's Fulham against Brentford, isn't it? That's hilarious, Luca. That's hilarious. If anyone's familiar with our good friend Luca talks ball, don't you know? Knows full well I'm live, and he's just sent me his link to go live with him. Hilarious. Yeah, not cool, my man. Not cool. I also have a guest lined up. Hopefully, if Wi-Fi can hold up and everything. New member of the side, Nathan, ought to be joining us at half-time for his take on it as I get myself a little bit of a break. So, our guy, True Gooner, Josh, is there at the Emirates today. Absolutely he is. And once the game's over, I will be kind enough to link his post-game thoughts on our on Gooner Gatherings community page, because he's a good guy. Is Josh, and he done a lot to help us out when I was on the injured list earlier in the season. Did a huge video with us with the ladies' game in the Champions League. Of course, that's coming up next weekend on Saturday. Arsenal against Barcelona. I see your comment, Voodoo. I can't put it up, mate. You know I can't. It's really funny. I was watching streams during this week on YouTube platform. Like we do, we like to all support each other, don't we? But I was hearing people saying, "Oh, don't give a monkeys." They don't even know what day the game's kicking off and what time it's kicking off. It's hilarious. These people like having a go at other streamers. I've had one person in particular have a go at yours truly over the last little while, and I didn't like it when I came back at him. But there we are. Can't help what that's all about. Yeah, Arsenal coming forward with a bit of an attack here. Saka got involved. Ødegaard playing it to Ben White. Challenge in the penalty area. Looked clean enough to me. Yeah, I wasn't shouting penalty there. It was Dan Burn who was the tackle. Ødegaard played White in. White might have been offside. But yeah, it balls with Arsenal. It's a throw-in for Benjamin. Good little play there from Ødegaard, actually. The pass in. But the throws only brought us back, keeping us in possession. Here's Martin again. He had his radar in at Anfield last week. See if he can do the same at the Emirates today. But in the time it takes to finish a sentence, Newcastle are at the other end with Wilson, just about on the corner flag, up against Kiviar. He does want to hold the ball on. Livramento and Saka having a bit of a battle there. I will try and be a bit selective when I talk, because if I'm doing commentary solo today, so it's going to be difficult. But I appreciate you all coming in and supporting us anyway. Newcastle player down there, I think But they're play on. So no foul there. It might be Tonali actually, I think. Oh, these flat clearances by goalkeepers are giving me nightmares. Oh, Newcastle are in, and that's a great save, Ray. It's a double save. How did he get that out? Arsenal are in trouble at the back. Murphy's there, played the ball wide. There's a cross in. It's Kivio who gets it away there. We are a mess at the moment. Gordon, Trossard has just launched it down the other end of the field. Goodness me, we were a mess there. That was hard to keep up with, that was. We're back in possession with Rice. Goodness. Need to catch me breath. Newcastle with a bright start. And of course, they've already beaten us 3 times this season. Once at St James's in the league and the home and away in the Carabao Cup. But Raya making up perhaps for the poor clearance with the incredible double save there. Newcastle back on the ball. Gordon just playing it back to his defensive colleagues at the moment. Don't think that's going to be a foul there. Ødegaard. Byrne very close to him. Ødegaard finds Thomas Partey. That might just go out. Ben White couldn't keep it in. I mean, if anyone watched Nottingham Forest against West Ham, the goalkeeper there for West Ham had a poor clearance out and leading to the goal from Gibbs White. It's similar to that, but it did produce an incredible double save there, did Raya. Once it came up and loops up in the air, then he sort of flings a hand at it to try and get it out. There were a few scares in the week about injuries, of course, weren't there? There was an open training session at the Emirates this week, and there were concerns. Hello, Russ. Good to see you, buddy. There were concerns whether Martinelli had picked up an injury as he seemed to go off assisted during the session, but he did return. And of course, we had concerns like during the game at Anfield with Trossard going off late in the game. But it's a strong lineup, made stronger, I think, by having Big Kai on the bench. I mean, I don't think any of us really expected to see him, but he's on the bench now. Arsenal with the ball in the Newcastle penalty area. A little bit heavy for Ødegaard. Partey trying to keep this attack going. Saliba finds Kivio. Slowed down a little bit. Arsenal still in possession though. They've gone down to walking pace. I suppose they can't go 100 miles an hour in the sunshine. Newcastle are back and organised. And you'd expect that. That's what they're good at. Bringing bodies back and supporting their defenders. We've got the 3 centre-halves in position with the wing-backs. It's Murphy and Livramento today. And that's what they're renowned for. Supporting their players at the back, being tight at the keeping the clean sheets. That's what they're good at. And the wasting time, of course, which they're doing right now with the throw-ons. Expect nothing less than though. It's up to Arsenal to break that block down. No free kick again. No foul. Thomas Partey gets it back from Ben. Partey in the middle of it again. Ødegaard tries to play a pass there. Had a little handball claim. Don't think it was. Newcastle will be on the break. That's Livramento. Livramento, 21 against Ben White. Neil Blackhill there. Livramento with the shot. Raya with an excellent save. Looked like he was pushed. Looked like Raya was pushed as the camera cut away. Good break from Newcastle. Thankfully, Raya's all up. Game's continuing. Are we going to have a game of silly little balls out? Raya's just picked out the Newcastle defender again, or Newcastle attacker again. Another shot come in and gets blocked. That was 8. That was Tonali. But here's Martinelli on the break for Arsenal. Brings it in the middle of the captain. Odegaard rushing in there. It's gone to ground, but that's ball got deflection. Arsenal's throw on. And I'd like to point out, as you hear by my commentary, you have ears, right? I don't see everything with rose-tinted glasses, and if I see something I don't like, I will call it out. Newcastle player down there. Is it a head injury? Don't think it is, so it's a play on. Odegaard, ball in the penalty area. Can we get heads on it? No, we can't. Not this time. Lewis Skelly back to Kivior. Play on. Trossard. Trossard against Murphy. Murphy's had a very good season for Newcastle. Some very good figures, some goals and assists for him. Even as a wing back of sorts. Arsenal getting their passing game together. Lewis Skelly. Trossard, can he get the ball in the penalty area? Defender dives out. Trossard with an effort. Just goes wide. It's good effort. Good effort from Trossard. Does well, skin the defender. Then comes in, launches the shot. If it was on target, it would have gone in. That's a cliche, isn't it? Ain't far away, to be fair. It just bends away off that far post. Oh, it must have taken a deflection. I didn't see. Saka was going to take the corner. Well, that is an added bonus. Saka take this corner. In it goes near post. Causes a bit of chaos and Pope gets it away. Yeah, gets a couple of good hands on that. It'll be another one. Good reactions in the near post. It's what you expect from Pope. Saka's going to have another go. This one's a shorter one. Trossard's come to help it. The layoff for Odegaard, who's hit it high, wide, not so handsome. That was disappointing. As I said, it was nice at Anfield when we saw Odegaard getting in advanced positions and getting more shots away, which led to some good moments. So maybe he'll take this as a positive in some way. Getting involved early. That's what we need to see of mine. Of course, you can hear the giggles of my Amy. She's not laughing at the defending, honestly. Although we did make a bit of a hash at that when the cross came in. Kivior with the header gets it away. just about 15 minutes gone in the first half. Still 0-0. Let me know your thoughts, chat. What are you thinking for today? Are you hopeful, or are we getting a little bit scared as there's a deflected shot, which Raya just managed to get his hand on? Harvey Barnes, I think it was. He come inside, he let the shot off, it came off Party, and Reyes managed to get a hand to it. That deflection easily could have wrong-footed Raya. And hello, look at this. It's our friend Nathan. Goonley Meads, looking forward to half-time. Nathan will be with us later on. Thank you for joining us, mate. Short corner Newcastle this time. There's the cross. Header out. I believe that was Kiviar again. Kiviar, right place, right time. Get this one away. Both sides a little bit edgy. Newcastle corner. The Italian Tonali to take it. Big Dan Burn. Physical presence in that penalty area. Oh my word! Off the line. Rice scrambled away. Ødegaard. Foul there by Murphy, surely. No? All right, we'll carry on. Wilson in the penalty area. And that one's gone for a corner. I mean, good tactics. It was Byrne, I've said, was overwhelming Raya, really, with his physicality. It was Byrne with the header. It's a left-handed save. Then there was a follow-up. There's a boot out. It was all going on. Nathan says, Raya exceptional, and Voodoo son, we definitely need the 3 points. We're having a bit of a dodgy spell here. Ødegaard wrestling with Byrne. That header's not going near the goal as the last one. Wilson. Bruno Gamara setting it up. That's Gordon. Now the striker Wilson is out on the left at the moment. Livramento. Don't let Gamara shoot. He'll have a go. Doesn't matter how far out. Weak crossing this time. Declan ought to be able to run out with that. He's going to run out of space unless he gets some help, which he gets from Martinelli. Trossard helping it along. Nicely done. It's Martinelli against Tonali. Trossard right next to him. And the tackle by the Newcastle player is clean. And that ought to be a foul. Trossard going into the back of was it 39 Skamaric. Not a player, actually. A lot of Gooners are talking about wanting in their side. Good leader for Newcastle, of course. Good battler in that midfielder. In the midfield, I should say. Of course, they picked up that trophy, didn't they? They picked up that League Cup, the elusive trophy win. What a season it's been for the trophy winners, by the way. Newcastle in the League Cup and Crystal Palace. Let's give them a massive shout out from yesterday. A great performance, great goal from Eze, a masterclass from Henderson in goal. Voodoo game, Joel Gamey saying that goalkeeper shirt looks nice. Yes, it certainly does. Available at arsenal.com. Not a sponsor. But good game so far for the goalkeepers. Amy, are you noisy? Yeah, you are. You keep on going, I'll put a camera on you. We're Barnes. That one gets taken out, Saliba. Another corner for Newcastle. They look really dangerous here, especially with the big target there in Byrne. Look at that, he's just towering over Raya, isn't he? What's he, 6'3", Byrne? Goodness me. Here's the corner, there's a man down in the area. Can't tell what he's given, but I think the ball's Arsenal's. Whilst I have a second, there is a comment on the pinned thing which I've put in. If anyone, and I know times are tough and all this sort of stuff, but if anyone wanted to support the channel at all, there is a link for a Ko-fi page, where you can just donate us a couple of quid just to keep the channel running. It's in the pinned comment. If you can afford to donate anything, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. We'll try and get Sam Wilson a decent Wi-Fi one day. Sam, of course, in the United States at the moment. Big up to you, mate. Mrs. M making a cameo. Arsenal back with the ball. At least we're looking confident in possession. They look threatening in my eyes to Newcastle, and particularly on the set plays. It's Lewis Skelly and then Trossard. So already had a couple of good deliveries. This one's Lewis Skelly's. That's going to go on the other side of the pitch. Ben White will retrieve it. Ødegaard. And Saliba. First quarter of the game has raced through. Ødegaard, good pass that. Lewis Skelly in the inverted position. Look, we get caught out by Newcastle, and Murphy is running at Trossard, who covers his left back extraordinarily well. Brilliant from Trossard, that. Not always the biggest fan of Trossard when he starts, but he did very well there. Better clearance from Raya this time as well, but it's... Yeah, Arsenal get it on the second bounce. Ødegaard finds White, who's bombed into the penalty area. Wow, you don't see that very often. They're claiming for something. Don't think they're going to get anything, but Ben put the burners on there, the damn burners on. Doesn't make contact with Ben. No, I don't think he did. Yeah, there are going to be questions about Ben White in the Arsenal side, isn't there? With certainly for next season, Timber, I think, has got that place nailed down. But again, Arsenal are going to need some strength in numbers. This is certainly something that I think Arsenal have had trouble with this season. That you all know the injuries and the red cards that have happened. But again, there'll be players on the pitch today who'll be playing their last match at the Emirates today. I've got no doubt about that. And I say players as in plural. Again, Newcastle on the ball looking pretty good as well. Shame for them that their main man Isaac's missing. It'll be a shame for a lot of FPL players, I can tell you that, mate. Lewis Skelly's trying to find Martinelli, he doesn't find him. And Pope sweeps up. Newcastle coming again. Big burn from a ball from Dan Burn there, finding Gordon. Keeps it in. If there was a player in a centre forward position there, I think we would have been in all sorts of trouble. As it goes, it's a free kick to Arsenal. It's a good ball from Burn. Then Gordon gets the left foot ball across. Kivior, in fairness, was with Wilson, but I think maybe took him out of the game a bit, just by his presence being there. Wouldn't mind seeing our old badge on the kits one day. I know what you mean. The old badge. It's got a lot of history. It's always nice to see it, but I don't see them changing it. Rice with the long range effort. Never going to beat Pope there, mate. Not like that. Didn't have any height on the shot really from Declan. Maybe he's just getting his eye in. Me, that's a full-time score confirmed. Brentford have lost 3-2 to Fulham. Livramento. Cross coming from the right. It's over everybody. It's going to come to Gordon. Brings it back to Gnarly. Newcastle just keeping it for a minute. They're going to try and find some space. Gnarly with it once more. It's gone all the way back to the halfway line. They'll try again on the other side. Ball break to Newcastle. It does. Livramento runs out of room. Saliba manages to deal with that. Is that a good ball from Saliba? Yeah, it certainly was. Martinelli and the goalkeeper Pope in the foot race. Pope, as sweeper keeper, does brilliant. Well played. Havertz is indeed on the bench. I'll go through the Arsenal bench again in just a minute, mate. Saka pulled across. Corner. Arsenal bench is Neto, Tierney, Zinchenko, Calafori, Jack Henry Francis, Jorginho, Ethan Nwaneri, Kai Havertz, and Sterling. Saka is going to take this corner. Wondered just for a second if he was signalling that he might be struggling, but takes that short corner. Odegaard might just give a signal to Odegaard, perhaps. Corner's a bit wasted, but it is an Arsenal throw. Don't think for a moment Odegaard's going to take it. You're not going to give it to Partey, who did the long throws? No? They gave it to White. Trossard kicks it off Livramento, corner. Yeah, I think KT will get a run at some stage today. Absolutely deserves it. He's been a servant for Arsenal for a long time now, and this will be his last run at the Emirates. So yeah, I think he deserves it. But we have a game to win. There's no, in a way, there's no place for just a little token. That you need to just win the game first and foremost. Into that near post, it's away. Where's it come off? Did it come off Pope? It's another corner for certain. Arsenal play. No, the subtitles are short, but the subtitles are slow. 32 minutes in. Another corner to Arsenal. It goes. It's not good from Saka, that one. Didn't have the height on it. It's going to have another go, I think. I think he's going to go short on this one. And the short options there, Trossard's right with him. Just on the edge of the penalty area. Yeah, called it. Trossard, Saka. Outside the penalty area. Lewis Skilly with the ball in. Do well to get a toe on that party. He didn't. As much as he tried to extend his toe, he couldn't get it over there. Here's Kai. First time we've seen him since February. Interesting time for Havertz. Obviously, there's lots of talk. And hang on a sec. I'll come to the Ethan thing in a second, mate. In fact, I might have to cut off here because Arsenal are on the attack. I'll put my eyes off it, and we are on the attack. So, Kivior with the cross in, out near far post for a corner. Right. Saying about Kai, interesting time about with him. A lot of talk about other strikers, Gyökeres being very much linked. The other with Paisesco being linked. Talking to Kai, there he is warming up down the touchline. Wonder where he ends up. Does he get a starting place? Does he end up in midfield? I hope that race is run in the midfield thing. But there you go. Right, there wasn't a corner, it was just a goal kick. What are my thoughts on Ethan? I think certainly the last game, the Liverpool game, I don't think he could have brought Ethan Nwaneri on because I don't think it was suitable for him. Don't take it the wrong way. He's been phenomenal. I think there's a little bit of a drop off, and that's to be expected because he's a young kid. The game situation was wrong for him as well. With the red card to Mikel Merino, I don't think it would have been a sensible move to bring an attacking player on I think we needed to plug some gaps in the midfield. That's why they would have bought the. That's why they bought the likes of Zinchenko. Arsenal on the attack once more. It's a cross. Gets a deflection. Corner on the other side. On Declan's side, in other words. No, I don't speak German, but I think that says something like "my brother Havertz," if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can get something from this. Oh, they're debating when they're saying it shouldn't be a corner, this. Oh, good. Well, that means we'll score from this and they can have a moan about it. Thank you very much. Spot on, Lee, he says. I'm loving the Havertz love because he deserves it. In it comes. Deeper one. Header across the penalty area. Only going to set Newcastle away. Gets to Odegaard, who sorts this out. Plays the ball left to Lewis Skelly. What do we do now? Martinelli. Bit of a bad touch, that, to be fair. He's in midfield. No, he's in the centre forward position. Martinelli, a minute. Gonna mess that one up, aren't we? Newcastle get the foul. Fair play, Ben White. Ben White holding on the player is always going to get pulled up for that. Silly boy. And I'll tell you what, Livramento is through and he just makes a hash on it. The Arsenal player gets back in the last second. Oh, shot coming, deflected out. Arsenal are going to try and get this one out. You're going to stop the game here, ref? No, he's not. Play on. Bruno Guimaraes just going backwards a tad. That's Fabian Schär. Through pass by Guimaraes, cut out. I think that was Lewis Skelly in the way that time. Odegaard and Saka linking up once more. Double mark for Saka. Not surprised to me that you got a ball taken off him that time. Murphy bringing it into the danger zone for Newcastle. Gordon in the penalty area. No, he loses it just on the edge. Perhaps Trossard gets a tiny bit lucky as he's trying to clear. Oh, I just think he's watching Wallace and Gromit. That's sweet. Searching ball and he finds David Raya in the penalty area. Saka coming inside, a little bit of pressure on him. He's got to be fouled there, surely. Yes, he is. Wallace and Gromit, so yes, it's still going. Of course it is. It's timeless. She's watching it on one of my wife's other tablets. So, in an effort to try and keep me doing my stream and not getting jumped upon, to be fair. Arsenal coming forward once more, but ball's taken out of play. There's Scully. Ball out, I think, for a Newcastle throw here in near in their territory, in their near their goal. Good to see Eddie Howe back on the touchline. By the way, I know he's been back a few weeks, but first time I've had a chance to mention he's had his spell with pneumonia, and it's good to see him up and doing his fantastic job that he's done at Newcastle. Really rate Eddie. Can either side get a goal before half time? We're certainly in possession at the moment. We're looking good. And Saliba playing it to Kivior. Plays that ball inside, trying to find Martinelli. But of course, Pope reads it well and distributes it to his right wing back. Nothing happened to that because it's back with us. Trossard, can you get something there? No, ball taken off his feet. Newcastle on the 2-on-2 here. Ball's not that way though. Gilberto Silva, would you look at that? Big Brazilian, 244 appearances for Arsenal in the crowd today. Advantage played to Arsenal this time. Martinelli's got Shearer and Botman with him. I think a frustrated Martinelli turns his way into frustration as the ball's gone past the byline for a Newcastle goal kick. So, as we come into it, coming towards the half-time whistle, I don't think there's going to be much to add on here. All square at 0-0. Both sides have had a go. Wonder how much of a different game this might have been if he was actually playing. Trossard plays the ball. Referee does extremely well to get out of the way. If you believe it, we've played 5 seconds, I should say, of time added on, and that's the whistle for half time. Possibly, did he think the linesman was on his side there? He may well have done, Voodoo Doll Gaming. But yeah, that's the whistle. 45 minutes of football. We are all level with Newcastle. It's difficult to come up with clear-cut chances, I'd say. Been set plays aplenty. There's been a couple of parries over the bar from Pope, from a couple of Saka corners. We've been a little bit lucky to stay level with the double save from Raya. But we have 45 minutes to find a winner in our last game of the season at the Emirates. Now, if I press this button here, and I press this button here, coming towards the stage is my good friend Nathan. So,
am I in?
How are you, bud?
Good. How are you?
I am very, very well. Yeah, how's things going your end?
Yeah, can you audio all right?
Well, I think I can hear you just about. I'm not sure how well my headphones are working, but I can do that, and I think I can hear you.
As long
what
as
did you make of the first half?
Maybe. Well, it was impressive, wasn't it? I think Newcastle started off strong. David Raya, wow, a few good saves, didn't he? I think David Raya kept us in it quite a lot.
Yeah.
I was quite impressed as well about how versatile Ben White's been as a player in this game, and also Trossard as well, playing opposite roles towards the end of the first half. Ben White obviously maybe having a small chance to score, but also pressing forward quite a lot. Trossard tracking back, keeping in a bit of an eye on defence and everything. I think it's quite impressive.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I wonder how. I said in commentary just then, how different do you think the game would be with Isaac playing? Apparently, he's missed the train.
Oh,
he hasn't. That's an in-joke on this channel. He's got a little bit of a minor groin injury, as Isaac apparently. Either that, or he just didn't fancy it against his potential new club.
Well, I think Newcastle started off very fast already, and it reminded me a bit like the PSG game. To be honest, I think they started off very quick, moving on, and yeah, I think that it gave a bit of flashbacks on the PSG match of how quick they started the match. But yeah, maybe he would have done something different getting into the as soon as it kicks off. Maybe he wouldn't, but Tonali's obviously found his ground already, and this it's been a bit of an even match.
Has been an even match. Talking of midfielders, I thought have done very well in the match. I want to talk about Martin Ødegaard briefly.
Yeah.
Because he gets accused sometimes in these big matches of going missing. I thought he's been very active in this match. See him wanting the ball. He's had a couple of shots. Maybe not the best of shots.
No.
But he's been very involved in that first half, I think.
He's been very involved, but sometimes I think he's been a bit greedy as well in an instance of a few passes. Maybe a bit sloppy, a bit late, but also, yeah, he has been very involved in the centre of the pitch quite a lot. And I think that's quite good.
Fair enough. Another player I think is probably worth talking about is Kivior, because he's been very central to getting in the way of a lot of Newcastle's moves and getting his big frame in the way, getting his big head out to clearing crosses.
I think he's proved himself in defence, hasn't he, over the last few weeks in multiple different competitions, Champions League and Europe. I think Champions League and Premier League even. He's proved himself quite a lot, and he's fit in defence. Obviously, you can see other people have been defence. I've got a fan over there that's just giving me a bit of stick, but yeah. I think he's proven himself in defence quite a lot, and he's fit well into the team, isn't he, over the last few weeks? Obviously, other players in regards to maybe Calafiori, he's had a slight knock-on injury, and Zinchenko's always sort of found his way on the bench now, but he's found his way into the team quite well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. The Calafiori thing, he's had injuries that I think have knocked his progress down. I think we'll see the best of him next term. That's certainly up for debate where we see him. You mentioned.
I think as well that how the Calafiori injury kind of reminds me of like goalkeeper injuries. How the second one kind of goes, someone else is replaced, and he's found his position full time in the squad at Arsenal over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
I was talking a little bit about Ben White. You mentioned how well he'd done in the first half, but he's very much, only made his second or third Premier League start in the last little while after his long-term injury.
Yeah.
And being that Timber has been very impressive in that position, you kind of wonder what the future brings, but maybe with both players, really.
Yeah. Who knows? Obviously, well, the defence is getting open a bit more now with KT not being playing next season, and I think it's a positive. We need to bring positives out of it all, because it just bulks up the defence a hell of a lot more. I think there's a lot more opportunity for to rotate defence next season if obviously we can retain them. Maybe we'll see it as a bit of a competition of who can go where.
Yeah.
Ben White, obviously, he can track back very quick, and he can push forward as well. Like going on Trossard, he done the complete opposite of complete same, but on the other end of the pitch.
Yeah. You mentioned Ben making his surges in the penalty in the Perio. We saw one of them late in that first half, where he managed to sort of find himself burning his way through the penalty area, pun very much intended, but he couldn't get a finish into it.
Yeah. Sorry, repeat that. It's got a bit fuzzy.
I said about Ben's surge into the penalty area.
Yeah.
He launched a shot off.
Yeah, that was sort of the icing on the cake with because I've been taking notes all through the first half, and that was the icing on the cake with saying how versatile he was, moving back, forward, with all different positions on the pitch, because he's always been up sort of the right-hand side of the pitch all the first half, and finally sort of plucking the courage up to get into the box and maybe try and take a shot. It just shows what sort of player he is with it.
Fair enough. And talking to Kieran Tierney a minute ago, this will be his last appearance at the Emirates. If he gets on, and that's an if he gets on. There's still a lot to play for here, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a place for sentiment today. That's the word I was trying to find earlier on.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the way the match stands, he shouldn't come on. It would be a bit too much of a change for him to come on, and a bit of a risk. But sentimental-wise, maybe it'd be a good send-off for him at the Emirates. But I genuinely don't think he should come on, to be honest. I've seen Kai Havertz warming up. This could be his first match since February this year, which I think was against Newcastle, possibly at the St James Park.
Might well have been.
But personally, it depends on what the score will be, whether he comes on or not. I genuinely don't think he should.
Yeah. And talking of what will the score be, this is possibly the last question I'll ask you before we go to a little bit of a break. How do you see this one going? Very even so far.
Well, it has to be a win after the Notts Forest result, and Chelsea being a game ahead. Obviously, they've got they're a game ahead of everyone. They're getting close. I think it needs to be a win because of how close second down to 6th or 7th may be.
Fair enough.
We can. Well, There's one game left after this, is there, or two?
Yeah.
One.
One game, Southampton away for us.
Yeah, it needs to be a win.
Yeah, that's kind of what I hope for.
Yeah, that's all we can sort of accept.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've played some decent enough football. I think we just need to get some attempts on target, a little bit more clean cut chances.
No,
probably.
100%.
And we'll see what we'll make from that. Now,
no, definitely.
How do you want to play the next couple of minutes, mate? Because I'm going to need to take a break. Do you want to take it for a little bit, or should we go to break and I'll come speak to you later on?
Take a break and I'll see you at full time.
All right then, mate. We'll do that then. Well, thank you very much, Nathan, for jumping in for the minute. We'll go to a break. I'll make sure I press the buttons. We'll put you out. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, mate. So there we go. Thank you very much, Nathan. And yeah, we'll go to a break for a minute. So I will put some music on just for a little bit. And yeah, we'll see you very, very shortly. Thank you very much. Right, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we are back. How are you doing? Right, I've made a rather abrupt return. As I've come back to get my glass of water, I see Ricardo Calafori coming on in place of Saliba. What's happened there, ladies and gentlemen? Can someone tell me, please? Does this mean that Ben is going to go centre half? Saliba on. I can't see the screen properly. No idea. Give me a second. Right, it looks like White is continuing at 4 back, and right, I think my headset's decided to not work, so I think I'm working off this. So it looks like Ben White's staying at right back. It looks like Calafori is playing at centre half. So this will be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, that's certainly the way it looks set up at the moment. What a big miss that could potentially be. Here's Odegaard on the other end of the field. Puts a little bit more emphasis on the attack, I would suggest. Saka. There's Lewis Skelly. The light is not good on my television screen because of the sun, so bear with me. Yes, Calafori. Groin problem with Saliba. Is that a corner? I think it is. Thank you, Voodoo. I don't know if that's what they're saying in commentary. I don't know that, but cheers. That'd be a worry going into the Southampton game, but we'll deal with what we've got to deal with here. So one change at the back, Saliba is off. Calafori is on. So back 4 of White, Calafori, Kivian, Lewis Skelly. There's the short corner. Saka, please get something in there. Come on. All the way back to Declan Rice. So we'll pay it back. Why not? Well, that's really frustrated me, that. Calafori wins a header in the penalty area. That's a bit weird. Trossard. Party. Lots of bodies back there, as you'd expect. Ricky Calafori to Trossard. Can you get a delivery in the box like you did for Martinelli last weekend? Lewis Skelly. Oh, very congested. No space there at all. Lewis Skelly out to Calafori. Quicker is better. Trossard with the ball in the penalty area. Can we get a head on it? Odegaard in the penalty area. Tries to find Saka. Doesn't quite get to it. Looks like a play-on situation to me. Calafori. Lewis Skelly has got Trossard White. Not a good ball into him. Skelly gets it back though. Don't think there's any changes for the Geordies. Calafiori with it again. Saka. Whipped ball in, it's to far post. Martinelli whipped away by the Newcastle players. Only as far as Trossard with the throw on. No, Lewis Skelly takes it, of course it is. As it stands, it's all bunching up in them Champions League positions, isn't it? Arsenal need to win this. They need to find a goal from somewhere. The quicker do it, the more settled the Arsenal fans will be. Lewis Skelly. Trossard. Now, that's interesting. Shot from Lewis Skelly goes out for a corner. Nice little turn there. Nice little turn. Beats Guimaraes. Ball comes off Fabian Schär. As we get a look at Gabriel Magalhaes in the stands. Declan Rice to take this corner. I'll get to your comment in a second, mate. Near post, bit of a mess. Who's he going to fall to as a header? Where's it going to end up? In the hands of Pope. Skelly is settled. Hang on. Skelly is settled into this team so well. I was scared of Arteta misusing him. I think he's used him brilliantly. I think he's been fantastic as Lewis Skelly, one of, if not the player of the season for us, perhaps. And for a guy whose left back is not his natural position, he's done superb. Kivior taking charge of the situation at the back, getting the ball back to David Raya. Livramento making Saka's life difficult. Ball out for a Newcastle ball, I think. Yes, it is. Sky talking back in 2010, Andy Carroll scoring the winner for Newcastle. I was there that day. In his own half, he just finds Calafiori there. No foul on Lewis Skelly there. Yeah, Voodoo saying he's up for the player of the season for sure. Thought Newcastle were going to get an effort there, but they managed to scoop it off from just outside the penalty area. Rice calmly plays it back. That was a clever pass to Trossard. He had a bit more pace, that would have been more dangerous, but Arteta fields the ball for Trossard. Now Rice. Yes, Raya's still playing for the Golden Glove. The Forest keeper, whose name is going to escape me for the moment, conceded late in the game. So yes, absolutely Raya's up for a Golden Glove, second in I can't find the right word, but in a row. David's going to be put into action here. Deals with the pass back, which he does very well. Consecutive is the word I was looking for. Words are difficult sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Arsenal. Poor pass that time from Odegaard, gets cut out. And that's Gordon. Only playing it to Saka, though. There's an effort from Rice. Oh, what a goal. Barely a chance outside the penalty area. Declan Rice on the score sheet once more. Love that. In the same end as he scored against Real Madrid, Declan Rice makes a difference here. 54 minutes on the clock and Arsenal lead 1-0. What an important goal that will be. Declan Rice takes a bow. All comes about when Gordon gives the ball away. Saka intercepts it. And it's Odegaard plays the ball across. And there he is. There's Declan Rice, who gets it onto his right foot and smashes it into the net. What a beautiful goal. Arsenal crucially in this game between second and third for the Champions League positions. Arsenal lead 1-0. I nearly ended the stream. I nearly pressed the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. That would have been a disaster. Right, I think we're good. The scoreline's changed. Comments are open still, guys. Rice with the goal. Odegaard with the assist. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Declan Rice once more. We missed him last week against Liverpool, I felt. Voodoo Doll Gaming saying, Rice is becoming one of my favourite players. Well taken. Absolutely was. Beautiful strike. Very clean ball. Now, Newcastle with it to do. They need to come out a little bit. But let's not get carried away. Best scoring season for Declan Rice. 9th goal of the season. Let's bear in mind our defence has been weakened. Arsenal on the attack once more. Trossard this time. Just about kept in all. They might regret that. Trossard. Can he get the ball in? Yeah, he can. It went a bit deeper than he would have wanted, I think. Newcastle, so quick as you like, are on the counter attack. They're beating us all for pace here. Ball in to the penalty area, beat everyone, and it's that man Rice again who's going to clear it. Gabby's going to need to be careful here. Martinelli's just doing it all on his own right now. I'd be more comfortable if the ball's at the other end of the field. Trossard now, a little bit closer to halfway. And another interception there. Trossard stops Newcastle from getting into anywhere near Arsenal territory. Fans much more into it now. Saka against Dan Burn. Pace against power. Saka with a left foot if it gets deflected. It's a Newcastle player down. Probably got that shot right in his face. Pope is with him. Saka, as you expect, dances away, gets that shot off the left side. It's the number 4, which I think is Botman. see the Newcastle subs getting ready. Eddie House telling one of them to get ready to go. Seeing in one of my WhatsApp groups, future captain Declan Rice, he could well be. Martinelli now. Lewis Skelly to Calafori, gives the ball away. Calafori, Thomas Partey doing everything to help him out, and okay, the free kick's been given, but I think Partey got Calafori out of a bit of immediate danger there. So I see a double for double substitution coming up for Newcastle. One of them's Asula, number 18, I recognise. I think I saw him make a cameo sub and he scored. There's an Arsenal player in the box out. I think that's Calafori. It is, or what? Is Calafori hurt himself again? On the counter-attack, though, Arsenal have got a good situation here. Saka's going to run at them. Martinelli is up there with him as well. Saka gets the tame effort in. Tame effort straight towards Pope. What's the situation with Calafori? Erdegaard saying kick it out, I think. But no, it doesn't work like that. As you well know, if it's not a head injury, they ain't going to kick it out. So Arsenal need to get the ball back. Calafori's back up. I can see him on there. In his left centre-half position. I'm keeping an eye on him. There's the ball sprayed towards the Newcastle left. That's Gordon against Ben White. Deflected cross goes out for a Newcastle corner. Are they going to make that change now? It's going to be Gordon to take that corner. I'm hoping you guys can hear me all right. I'm having work off the mic off the phone because my headphones have died. Deal with the initial corner okay. I'm just going to say okay because Newcastle are back in possession. Jacob Murphy. Shah still up from the corner, number 5. Anna, are you using the charge pack? Because I think my phone's running into bother. Thank you. Is that a foul in the penalty area for an Arsenal free kick? Thank you, Mrs. M. Let's get the tech sorted out here. Get the wires out. If my headphones don't want to work, I hope the phone does. Let's just plug that in. Sorry about my hand being here. So they're taking off Murphy, actually, which is a massive surprise to me. Who else went off there? Jacob Murphy. They're taking Botman off. Oh, well, there's Lewis Miley. I recognise him. Callum Wilson's coming off. It's a triple change. So Botman, Murphy, Wilson on off. Kraft has come on as well. So he's going to restart with a free kick to Raya. who doesn't mess about. He goes long trying to search for Martinelli, who I believe has just been taken out. Right decision there. Croft, I think, is the centre half that's just come on, has got a yellow card. Yeah, it's nothing more than a yellow. I think. I mean, yeah, he's all over him, but it ain't any more than a yellow card. Not ideal for the substitute that's just come on, though. So, yeah, Croft has got a lot to do here. I think Ødegaard's going to take this free kick. It's not in the shooting position, it's a crossing position. And it goes in the penalty area. Newcastle head gets to it, deals with it easily. Poor ball in that time, Ødegaard. Rice is going to have to do some work. Oh, we are in danger here. There was a foot come in there. That was it was Kivior. That touch was crucial because that little touch stopped Newcastle from getting a clean shot on David Raya there. Got in the way extremely well. As I say, I do think we need to be better. We'd be better up the other way. Crowd giving Croft some right now. He's involved there again. I come off the Arsenal player. Anna, you realise she's right? Bear with me, guys. It's difficult being a parent as well, guys, especially when you're doing this job. It's what the mute button's for, ladies and gentlemen. Ball back with the goalkeeper, back with Raya. Properly dealt with. It's the difficulty here with the strikers that we had. At that time, it was Trossard down the middle. When that big ball comes up, it's not either of them three's best game is winning the ball in the air. It's what Kai is good at. 6'2", 6'3", is very good at winning ball in the air. Maybe we'll see him in the last quarter. They're saying he's looking physically fantastic. Obviously, he's going to be rusty, but we'll see. Arsenal only made the one change so far, and it's at centre half. Calafiori on for William Saliba, which again is a big worry. Saying that, he lasted the first half, didn't he? So perhaps it's precautionary. Rice bringing out the technical skills there. Get to your comment in just a minute, mate. That's a word in that that's just sprung to my eye. But Arsenal on the attack, Trossard. Decides to go outside. And we're bringing the ball back. So Voodoo Goal Gaming says, my daughter's doing one of two things when she's in the house. Either gaming or practicing her guitar. You guys might know I'm a guitarist as well. So that's fantastic. Here's a long range effort. And that was Ben White coming close that time. Goes just wide. All his own work. Yeah, Byrne coming up at us. So he decides to let that shot go. Pope might have had it. Had it gone near him. But yeah, fair play. Decent effort. Yeah, I've been doing plenty of guitar practicing myself. It's one of my favourite things, and I've been doing a gig at the Tulip. This should be sponsored by the Tulip Pub in Springfield. I'll give Lee a shout out there. On the 1st of June, I'll be doing the open mic. So next weekend is karaoke, and the weekend after that is the open mic. I'm a busy boy, ladies and gentlemen. Commentator, host, karaoke singer, and guitarist. Podcaster, and multimedia genius. In all seriousness, so you've got 20 minutes to go, guys. They're coming up. It's on the left-hand side. The cross comes in. QVR. Touch only gets it back to Gordon. They get it off his feet, and Thomas Partey is going to launch it up to the right wing position. But Nick Pope is way out of his goal and gets it dealt with. Ignoring the bot on the bot on Twitch. Sorry about that, guys. Can't do much about that right now. Voodoo says, don't know where she gets the music talent from because me and her mum don't play instruments. My dad was a drummer. That's where I get my musical instruments from. And my granddad played this beautiful two-tiered organ with bass pedals. Beautiful instrument it was. And yours truly, yes, I used to sing quite a bit as well. Still do a bit now. Now, I wonder if there's going to be a bit of time wasting there, a bit of taste of their own medicine here, as Arsenal get to take this goal kick. You can see the Newcastle management team is out as they try and find a way back into this. He's given a nod to one of the substitutes. See who that is in just a second. Here's Saka. Gets the ball taken off his toes, and Saka's on the floor. Helped out by Fabian Schär. Fair play. Voodoo says one more goal would ease the game to full time. Yes, it certainly would, mate. You're right there. Don't think it's just going to be as easy as that, though, because I'm getting nervous when they go forward because the fact that Saliba's off as well. There's Harvey Barnes running at Lewis Skelly. There's Miley. And Croft has gone up to support this attack as well. Odegaard gets an important foot to Saka. Saka's going to have to try and... Well, he actually finds Martinelli. So this could set up a counter-attack here. But it doesn't, because the ball doesn't get to Declan Rice. And Schär manages to get it to his centre-half. Cross coming into the Newcastle area, Arsenal area this time. QVR forcing the ball out. Livramento, his cross came in. important touch from the Polish international. We need to be careful here on the set plays. Tonali taking it in front of the Geordies. In comes the ball to the near post. Gets a head out. Trossard, I think. Ball back to Pope. Bit scrappy. Bruno Guimaraes running through. There's a shot over the bar. Is that Harvey Barnes with that effort? I think it came to him a bit awkward. That's possibly why he wasn't balanced, so that's why the ball went up and over. I think Saka's coming off here. I tell you who's coming on though, no. It's Big Kai. Big Kai Havertz is coming on for 15. Joe Willock, former Arsenal player, coming on shortly as well, according to Voodoo. So, Saka off. Kai Havertz making an unexpected early return. Yes, Willock, as Voodoo says. Willock coming on for Barnes. Yeah, Havertz. Yes, Havertz. So it's Havertz in the striker position by the looks of it. I think it's Trossard on the left and Martinelli on the right. And look at this, he's in the penalty area already, Havertz. And saying no pass back there. No deliberate pass back. Nearly an immediate impact. Newcastle coming back. Big cross coming in, only to the Arsenal player. Is the whistle blown? I think that's a free kick given against Kai that time. I think it was. Yeah, it was. This might be Newcastle's best chance of certainly the second half. And of course, the keyboard warriors be there all ready to go. Oh, he's come on the field. He's given away a free kick. Is Fabian Schär going to take this? Is he really? Looks like he is. Be a heck of disguise if it's not him. His shot gets deflected. It's only going to go as far as the halfway line and just beyond as Pope clears the ball. Trossard win that challenge? No, he can't. Getting a bit scrappy, Arsenal. Come on. Zala, all in the penalty area. We're riding our luck a little bit. But Newcastle, when they keep possession, they just tend to get it to the goalkeeper and then they come back. So Ben White's a little bit lucky there. Did manage to get the ball to Raya, and then the ball was gone past the halfway line. Havertz surely wins the free kick on halfway there. Happy to see Havertz is back up. He can take the physicality. It's Dan Burn. He's thrown the ball at him as well. Okay, we'll remember that. Here's the free kick. Don't think that really was the plan. Arsenal awarded the throw on this time. 10 to go, nearly 9 to go. Trossard do anything here on the wide left. We'll have another chance. Oh, Arteta's going to be suspended for the last game of the season. Picked up another yellow card, so he won't be on the touchline at St Mary's. I think he's been sitting on 2 for a while, actually. So Newcastle still trying to find a way. Dangerous ball there. Lewis Skelly gets a crucial clearance out. It's only going to Burn. Newcastle putting the pressure on Arsenal is Willock. Oh, and there's a shot over the bar by Joe Willock. Yeah, so what happened? I think he was kicking the ball. He kicked the ball outside of his area. There's Andre Bertha. Let's just go straight out of the touchline for a Geordie throw on. Ball back with Nick Pope at the moment. Erdegaard and Havertz putting them under pressure. Arsenal win it temporarily. Tackle missed there, I think, at the party. Still out of his area, by the way. It's Miguel. And Newcastle from the right once more. Shares ball in, up and out. It's not quite out. Arsenal getting themselves into problems here. Martinelli against Guimaraes. Havertz out there, can he? Don't think he's going to have the pace to go further forward. He gets taken out, surely. He's been taken down. Play on, apparently. That's Miley, the 67. Lewis Miley. That's Croft. And Cher. Everyone's up for Newcastle. There's the cross up from Cher. Arsenal player down in the penalty area once more. Martinelli. Just make sure he gets it out for the for a throw on to Arsenal. As it stands, Arsenal on 71 and Newcastle on 66. Man City, of course, are joint with points with Nottingham Forest at 65. But of course, being that they played the cup final, they've got the game, league game coming up on Tuesday, I believe. Odegaard conducting the crowd. They need a little bit more from him now. Beautiful bruised banana pit, I can see in the middle of the picture there. And we see Kieran Tierney getting ready. The Sky are saying it's unconfirmed. We know it's confirmed. He might well be coming on for Trossard here, who's down. But let's salute the Scotsman, Kieran Tierney, for what looks like his last appearance in an Arsenal shirt. He's going to have an important 3 minutes to play here. Yeah, much like at Anfield, Trossard will come off here, and Kieran Tierney is getting a standing ovation from the Emirates. We love you, KT, and we'll miss you, man. Let's go. Wonderful reception to Kieran Tierney coming on. Thank you, KT, says Voodoo Doll Gaming. That is a beautiful reception for a departing player. Didn't see that at Anfield last week, did we? That was such a crucial header back. I think it was Calafori did exceptionally well to get that header in to Raya, who had the pressure coming in. Gordon, I think, was right with him. Well played. Tierney gets a touch. Wasn't a particularly good one. Odegaard saying handball. They're continuing down Ben White's side. free kick given against Ødegaard. Tonali's going to get this free kick in. They'll try and do a big ball into the penalty area, I think, or thereabouts. Raya comes out, claims it, and launches that big throw like he does. Martinelli on a 2-on-1. Martinelli. He has players supporting him now. Livramento got in the way. Great play by the defender. Clean tackle, went for a corner. Great run, Martinelli. He's going to be gasping there. I think he said 5 minutes. I wonder if there's a player out there who's hurt. Saying in 5 minutes you're okay. That's what I read there. Declan Rice is going to take this. Potential match winner. Rice is cornered. Goes past everyone. He's going to have another chance to get it in as Rice. Headed up. Party's under it. Downs claiming a penalty, doesn't give it. Raya outside his penalty area, nearly on the halfway line. A bit weird seeing the number 3 in a right wing position there, wasn't it? But there you are. That's where we are. Big thank you to all those who've been watching all the way through the stream, by the way. Nearly on 2 hours now. Yeah, so if you've hit a like button, please make sure, or if you haven't, make sure you do so. Very much helps the channel out. Thank you. You see Jorginho getting ready to make his final bow at the Emirates here. If the ball goes out, I wonder if Ødegaard might be the one to come off in that scenario. Big ball from the halfway line is dealt with, and Raya gets tangled up with the Newcastle substitute, Zala. Raya's down. Raya's down. And he's still not got up. Just adding time on to time here, guys. Because Raya just pulled his calf. I called it with a substitution here. Ødegaard has taken the armband off. He's going to give it to Jorginho. This will be his last bow at the Emirates. I believe he's going to play for Flamenco, isn't he? That's the story I heard. Yeah, given a bit of an Ødegaard montage of clips here suggests to me that he could well be in the running here for the Man of the Match award. Joe Willock's picked up a yellow card there, perhaps in the midst of what happened there. I didn't matter for dissent apparently. And happily, Raya is up and he kicks the ball towards Havertz. don't know if Cher's got something there, had a hit. Raya got booked in the midst of that incident, interestingly. For the goal to get injured during the match, he got a yellow card. I think the point of Havertz's elbow as he's done the jump is what's caused the free kick, and indeed he's been booked as well. Don't need to get silly here, Arsenal. They're getting silly. Raya's out. He's missed this one. It trickled towards the line. It didn't go in. Arsenal are on a 2-on-1 here. 2-on-2 now. It's Martinelli in the penalty area. Just keep it. Just keep it. Just keep it. Just keep it. Played the ball back. Jorginho. No. That could be costly. That could be costly. We're getting a bit clumsy here. Don't let them have an last attempt. Don't let them have a last attempt. Martinelli gets away in the way of one. As does Jorginho. Ball on halfway. We're beyond the time that we initially had added on. Ball in the penalty area. We need to win this. We aren't going to. Ben White. You can't get it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Ben White. Claims going up for Newcastle. Saying it's a penalty. I don't know if it is. Pope gets the ball in. Can he find the goalkeeper? It's all going on. Martinelli, slow it down, my friend. Slow it down. We are still playing, referee. It's getting a little bit desperate. Willock. It's going to be a corner kick. Minute past the time. You can see Nick Pope in the penalty area. I called it, didn't I? Run to the corner. Martinelli didn't do it. Last throw of the dice. Here it comes. Ball's in Ray's hands. And there's a scuffle there. Byrne looked like he just launched a punch. It's a massive scuffle in the penalty area. It's a mess. Ray's getting involved. He's just wrestling. He's literally wrestling the number 18, Uzala. I think the referee's blown. What's going on here? Kiviar booked. Think they're still playing. What's going on? Are we VARing here? It's chaotic, and I can't hear what's going on. VAR checking the scuffle. We might have an incident here. Could take a little bit of a while. The linesman's right in the penalty area, talking to Calafori. That's the final whistle just blown. So Arsenal, crucially, won the game 1-0. That's, in the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, that is indeed the bottom line. All we needed to do, we've had a 1-0 win. I think that guarantees the second spot. You guys can confirm that for me, but I believe that leaves us in the unassailable second place. The goal was special. Erdegaard's cutback from for Declan Rice, and it's a lovely clean shot from Declan. Wasn't the best game we've ever played, and indeed it got a bit messy and a bit desperate at the end. Voodoo confirming what I thought. Yes, we finished second. So that puts to bed some of the nonsense that I've been seeing on social media from a certain person who used to be on this channel. What a great couple of games we've just had here. You know, we came out of Anfield, no one really giving us a hoot going to Anfield. We've got a 2-2 draw. And today, against a very good Newcastle side, we get the 1-0 win. Crucially, in that second place, in the league, we get not a problem in the Champions League qualifying. Voodoo Doll Gaming, thank you for being involved in the chat. You've been a hero being here. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Kai Havertz in the middle of the pitch, soaking it all in. Raya gets a clean sheet, and so the race for the clean the golden glove is still up for debate coming in towards the last game of the season. I mentioned Manchester City having a game in the week. Of course, they play Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, the FA Cup winners, play Wolves on Tuesday as well. Last game of the week, as I said, coming them two fixtures on Tuesday. Champions are away at Brighton versus Liverpool tomorrow night. Arsenal doing what they needed to do today. And it was the most important thing, getting the 3 points. It's been tough, but we've got there. I may keep this running just for a little bit, just in case Nathan comes in. But yeah, at least we get to conclude the season with a home win. And some would say this is where the form has let us down a bit. Some of the home games. I think an interesting summer ahead for the new sporting director, and a lot of talk being said about potential players coming in. It'd be important for me seeing some of these deals. I'd like to see a confirmation on the Zubamendi. Other players, the forward players, I think that needs talking about definitely. Declan Rice saying that the level of the club had dropped a little bit during the season, and that's something that can't be allowed to happen. I think when we had all the forwards go down, Martinelli, Saka, Havertz, wasn't a big side, but there were good moments too in the season. You know, let's talk about the two academy lads. Let's talk about Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan. They did great for when they came in. I think Lewis Skelly probably overdid everyone's expectations. I think Ethan ran out a little bit of steam, but that's not to be unexpected. First full season of an attacking player like him, and he's electric. May well see him at Southampton next week. Do you know? I think I might wrap the stream here. As I say, it's 6:30, and it's a little bit difficult with Amy behind me. If Nathan was going to come on, he would have done it by now. just put the banner up, I will, for the social media stuff. That's where you can always find us, of course. Find us on X at Goonie Gathering. I am Goonie Meads, of course. That's where you find us. We'll see what we do about a next show. May give ourselves a break tomorrow. We'll see, as we've just done the live today. But yeah, keep check of what we do on the social media, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for all those of you who have been watching Arsenal's 1-0 home win against Newcastle. Arsenal confirmed second in the Premier League this season. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers.